She had millions of followers, a best-selling wellness app, and the world believed she was dying. But it was all a lie. One influencer faked cancer, scammed her fans, and got rich in the process. And if you think that's unbelievable, Netflix even made a show about it. Stay with me to the end, because the truth will shock you. Belle Gibson was a young Australian woman who rose to fame in the early 2010s as a wellness influencer. She appeared kind, soft-spoken, and inspiring. Her message was simple: healing is possible. According to Belle, she was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer at just 20 years old. Belle claimed doctors had given up on her. She said chemotherapy didn't work. She said surgery wasn't an option. Instead, she told followers she healed herself with nutrition, positivity, and alternative therapies. It was the perfect story: fear followed by hope. Belle spoke with absolute certainty. She used complex wellness language, scientific-sounding explanation. Most people didn't understand what she was saying, so they assumed she must be right. Confidence replaced clarity. Complexity replaced truth. Belle's social media following exploded. She launched an app called The Whole Pantry, marketed as a wellness guide, inspired by her cancer recovery. Apple featured it. Publishers offered book deals. Brands lined up. Belle wasn't just surviving, she was thriving. Belle told followers that profits from her app and book would be donated to cancer charities. She framed her success as generosity, as purpose, as giving back. People trusted her, because who would lie about cancer? Journalists started asking basic questions. Which hospital treated her? Which doctors diagnosed her? Which charities received donations? The answers were vague, then inconsistent, then missing entirely. Former friends quietly came forward. They said they'd never seen medical records, never seen treatment, never seen proof. Some said Belle's stories changed depending on who she was speaking to. As scrutiny increased, Belle became defensive. She blamed privacy, she blamed trauma, she blamed misunderstanding. But the questions didn't stop. In 2015, the truth finally emerged. Belle Gibson admitted she never had cancer. Not terminal, not mild, not ever. The backlash was immediate. Cancer patients felt betrayed. Families of the terminally ill felt violated. This wasn't just a lie, it felt like theft. Some followers had delayed medical treatment. Others had spent money they couldn't afford. Belle didn't just sell a product, she sold false hope. Australian authorities took legal action. Belle Gibson was found to have engaged in misleading and deceptive conduct. She was fined hundreds of thousands of dollars. Did she pay? She didn't. Years later, much of the fine remained unpaid. The money was gone. The victims were not made whole. So, who was Belle Gibson? A compulsive liar, a manipulator, or someone who discovered that attention could be monetized and never stopped? Social media rewards confidence, not truth. It rewards stories, not evidence. Belle didn't need credentials, she needed belief. Belle Gibson wasn't an exception. She was a warning, a preview of what happens when influence grows faster than accountability. Belle lost her brand deals, her credibility, her empire, and the damage couldn't be undone. Years later, her story is still being told because we can't look away from people who fake suffering and profit from it. Would this work today, or have we learned nothing at all? What do you think? Was Belle Gibson a calculated fraud or a symptom of influencer culture itself? Let me know in the comments. A fake diagnosis, a wellness empire, millions misled, it was all built on a lie that no one wanted to question. This story isn't just about Belle Gibson. It's also about what happens when we stop asking questions just because the story feels good. Thank you so much for listening to the end. I really appreciate it. If you thought this story was shocking, wait until you hear about the heiress who betrayed everyone. A real-life tale of wealth, lies, and betrayal that even Netflix couldn't ignore. That's coming up in our next video, so make sure you subscribe. My name is Mike Isaac, and I hope to see you all next time.